Welcome to myprojectbazaar.com. This is our product title for inverted linear quadtree efficient top case spatial keyword search. Okay, this is our abstract for the domain of data mining. What is data mining? The data mining is the non-trivial extractions of implicit, previously unknown and potentially useful information from the data. So here the advances in the geopositioning technologies and the geolocation services. There are a rapidly growing amount of spatial textual objects collected in many apps such as the location-based services and the social networks, in which an object is described by its partial location and a set of keywords. So here consequently the study of spatial keyword search, which explores both location and textual description of the objects, has attracted with the commercial organization and the certain communities. Here we will describe about the two types of the queries. The one is the top case special keyword search and the batch top case special keyword search. The one is the top case special, the other one is the batch top case special. So here we will describe about these two problems to be specified. So here we given a set of spatial textual objects, a query location and the set of query keywords. For example, GPS using to be identify the user's particular locations. So the top k problem retrieves the closest k objects to each of contains all keywords in the query. So and finally, and the efficient algorithm is developed to tackle top k spatial keyword search to further enhance the filtering capability of the signature of linear quadtree. We propose a partition based method. Okay, this is our flow diagram for the linear quadtree based the spatial data analyzing. So first one is the data set. So first one is the data set. Here different set of attributes based create a data set, and again the data set to be loaded. So after the data set will be loaded into the these values are to be stored in the database, to be stored on certain data. So next one is pre-process. So pre-process is the one of the processing. It means checking any null values in data set to be identified. Suppose any field is to be null, the particular data is to be removed. This process is called as pre-process. So next one is the data clustering. So the cluster is the one of the processing for the task of grouping objects or similar to the same groups. So it's based on the user's process. So next one is the spatial data. The spatial data means is based on the user's current location derived from user's smartphone and two query businesses written by the server. For example, any user is to be standing in one place, the user using the smartphone. So the user is to be checking for any one item. The user is taking any one items to be visiting for which place is very famous is to be identified. So the users enter the source and the destinations. So what is the our item, how many kilometers how many kilometers different from the source and the locations is to be identified. So these are some data to be processing in this page. So here we will take data set as more items, but the user is locating some particular points is based on the global positioning systems. So it's identify the user's particular space. So here we will using the group of objects to be taking a single data. It's called a spatial data. So again the spatial data is to be compared in the linear data. So here we're using the success space based our users position identification is called the global positioning systems. In this paper we are using the geo images as the geo mapping data. So the next the clustering data will be classified. So the classified data will be generated into the user's devices, maybe a mobile, laptop, PC, etc. So again finally these are some process based users identify the particular data. Okay, now our demo section is start for the linear quadtree based spatial data analysis. So this is the inverted linear quadtree. For this our home page. So click to the home. Let's go for next page. So the next one is the file section using to be selecting the some data sets. So choose our data set. We go for desktop. It's 19 data sets. Operation. So this is some data set for the current SLD transaction ID, operation, and the allocation unit name. So these are some different attributes based created data set. So next the data set will be loaded. Okay. So all data sets are inserted into a database table. So previously said with these are some data are to be successfully stored into the database. So go for next to reload. This is the another dataset selection. It is so users data. So this is the source and destinations. So here users using to be selecting the data. Next we will previously describe. So this is the load data. Here this values is to be successfully stored into the database. So next to pre-process, this is one of the process. Here any values to be null to be checked. Suppose the values to be null, the particular data is to be removed from in the database. Okay. So next one is the clustering. Clustering is one of the process to be specified. So here we will using some different sources. So here the user is in the Melapudur. So selecting the destination. So choose the destination. The results are classified. So the source is the Melapudur. Selecting as Srirangam. So this is our source, this is our destination. So users selecting some particular item. So the users to be a smartphone to be selecting some items names which is the famous of the area. So selecting the destination. Okay. So click to the destination. So this is our ID. So the user is in the city. This is our source. This is the item name is the coffee. So this is our famous. So this is the distance from the source to destination. So 12 kilometers. So the users identify the location as this is our landmark for the temple tower. So here map. So here we will using the map. View the map. So here this is our map data for to be displayed. So the junction to Srirangam is the 15 kilometers. So user analyzing some these informations. Okay. Informations. Suppose the user selecting the Annanagar to Marthavani. So this is the another location. This is another user to be selecting the another location from the Annanagar to Marthavani is the 4 kilometer distance. The landmark is the bus stop. So view the map. So the users to be view the map. This is the source. This is the destination. This is the kilometers to be different from the source and destinations. Okay. So go for next. So this is the next page. So to be selecting the data set. So this is the Trani, the selecting the city as Trani. Okay, so we clustering the data. This is the city, the state is the zip code, latitude and longitude. This is the spatial data. So here different set of attributes based we will analyzing the spatial data. This is our spatial data for the different set of latitudes and the longitudes. So again classify the data. This is the whole data to be analyzing for the different set of cities. In the city as Trani, Mobile, Trusiv, Selma and Talgeda, Gasden. These are some different set of cities based calculating the spatial data. So this is our spatial data. Okay. So go for next. So next one is the spatial data. Always said with here we will using a different set of attributes based create and the load the dataset. The dataset has to be any null values to be removed to be checking for the pre-process. Next the data is to be clustering. So after the clustering the data will be checking for the spatial data. So this is the spatial data for the current lesson and the transaction ID, operation, context, allocation, unit name. So these are some data based we will calculating the unit name. So this is the context. Okay, so next to classify the data. This is the different set of data set based the training set and the attributes classes test tuples. So the test tuples set of attributes based will classify the data. Go for next. So next is selecting the item based will processing our data. So choosing the list, the results are classified. So selecting the Satyamangalam, so list, so this is the selecting the user selecting the item, the location as Satyamangalam. This is the city name as the Erode, source is the Erode junction, and item name is the Pannari temple, so location is the Satyamangalam. So the junction to Satyamangalam is a 76-kilometer difference. So these are the landmarks of the Anaimalai. So the users to be the map, so the cluster. So these are some location and the distance based processing our data. So the clustering 2. These are some the source, item name and the location. This is our distance. For the some dataset based attributes, easily find out the users. So go for next. So this is the linear data to be processed. This is the clustering data. These are data. The results are classified. Go for next. The results are classified. Results are classified. So next the linear classified data to be displayed. So this is a city and the spatial data is to be finding the which city based spatial data to be analyzed. So these are the data based the test tuple relations to be identified for this page. So go for next. So this is the data set for the city and the location. City Trichy, as the users identified the location as Srirangam. The city name is Trichy. The user identified the location is Marthavane. The city name is Madurai. So the user identified location as Marthandam. The city name is Nagarkoil. Okay. So these are the another data set for calculating the rank tree based and the OSDL and the data set for the core. This is the rank tree value for the data set as core. This is the value for the OSDL as a 0.3012. So this is the linear data. So here we will different set of address based will processing our data. Data is to be analyzed. So the user geo data as a geo processing as geo images based, the users identified the location. The demo is finished. Thanks for listening.